Now, this rapper is literally begging for his freedom, and honestly, considering some of the things he's locked up for, I'm not sure what that cry for help is gonna do. Anyway, let's talk about it. Now, have you guys heard about this Casanova case? Casanova is a 35-year-old rapper out in New York who's been around for a little bit of time doing his thing. Now, in December of last year, Casanova became a wanted man. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, aka the FBI, issued a warrant for his arrest in connection to an 18-man sting operation. The FBI put up a statement on their Twitter saying, 18 members of the untouchable Guerrilla Stone Nation gang charged with racketeering, murder, narcotics, firearms, and fraud offenses. As the indictment alleges, the violence and drug activity committed by these gang members threatened the safety of our communities and placed innocent lives at risk. Their unabashed criminal behavior, as alleged, included the murder of a 15-year-old and even extended the defrauding programs meant for people suffering economic hardship due to the pandemic. But thanks to the partnership and hard work of all law enforcement agencies involved in this investigation, we were able to stop this violent criminal organization and show that Guerrilla Stone is actually not untouchable. So as you could hear, the feds were pretty much laying it all down on the table. After this, they followed that post up with this one saying, we are still looking for Caswell Sr., aka Casanova, in connection with this case. He has connections to both New York and New Jersey. If you have any information about his whereabouts, please call us at 1-800-CALL-FBI. At the time of the search for Casanova, 17 out of the 18 people indicted in these charges were in custody while Casanova was on a run. A couple days later, Casanova decided to turn himself in to the police, and he's been behind bars ever since. At the time of Casanova's arrest, it was revealed that he was facing a maximum sentence of life in prison if he's convicted, which is still the case. Now, recently, some news came out regarding Casanova's case, and that news is an attempted murder charge that he's now facing on top of all the other things we just spoke about. The murder charge we're talking about is in connection to an alleged shooting that took place at a club out in Miami. XXL wrote an article about this, and this is what it said. The indictment details that the incident occurred at King of Diamonds on October 24, 2020. The charge alleges that the rapper and one of his co-defendants were at the club when a rival gang member took exception to Cass throwing up gang signs and reacted by yelling to the rapper, "Yo homie, wrong sign." Casanova allegedly reacted to the man's comments by responding, "You wanna die tonight?" After words were exchanged, the gang member was shot along with another person, allegedly by Casanova and Chrysler. Both victims were taken to the hospital where they were treated for bullet wounds. Now check out this next part right here. Authorities allegedly found out about both men's involvement in the crime by seeing text messages in Chrysler's phone bragging about the shooting. Both Casanova and Chrysler have been officially charged with attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon in aid of racketeering. So like you heard, the police apparently got a hold of some text messages where this other guy who was with Cass was bragging about the shooting to one of his associates. Now let's check out these alleged text messages really quickly. And by the way, shout out to all hip hop who got a hold of these text messages. They were the ones who broke the story. Here are the texts though. Killed a nigga last night, shaking my head, some neighborhood crib nigga. We're outside the strip club and Casanova taking pics with the niggas, and the crib nigga gonna grab Casanova's hand talking about, "Yo homie, wrong sign." Casanova asked him, "You wanna die tonight?" Everyone got missing. Onique, I guess that's a person, skirted off and let another one go. Hit Jit in the stomach. Hashtag good aim. So right here we obviously have a classic case of self-snitching, putting hashtag good aim at the end of a text message where you're literally not only placing yourself at the scene of the crime, but describe yourself shooting and killing someone is a good way to ensure that you stay eating them good noodles for a very long time. These alleged texts obviously placed the boy Casanova at the scene, hence the fact that he's now facing this additional charge. Now last month, Casanova actually took it to IG, made a public service announcement, and was generally begging for his freedom. This is what he said. "This is a public service announcement to all my fans and very important friends. I've been incarcerated for almost 1 year now, exhausted all my remedies, and spent a significant amount of money on legal fees to prove my innocence. The charges against me are false. They don't represent or reflect the person that I am. They are simply using my past criminal history to crucify me in court. I'm the same individual that went to the city hall and housing projects to speak to children and explain to them how shootings and gun violence is in the way of life. I visited shelters to feed the people in need all around the world, including Africa, donated to back to school drives, and not one of my good deeds are mentioned or acknowledged. I'm calling on all the great people with meaningful, powerful voices to help me with this matter. Any help provided will be a blessing because I feel defeated. once passed, shouldn't be the reason why you can't be afforded a successful future. No one should be held accountable for the crimes they've already served their time for. In legal terms, that's considered double jeopardy. Last but not least, happy birthday to me. Free me until they free me. Y'all know outside ain't the same without me, LOL. Casanova also put up another post on November 6th with the caption, "Might die in here." He's talking about prison. But always remember what's gangsta, cause this jail shit ain't gangsta at all. Hope you young niggas beat the odds. Casanova has never been that big of a rapper at all. Although that's the case, he's very respected out in New York, has served as an inspiration for a lot of the young guys coming up in the scene over there. With that being said, he's still been successful. He's been able to put food on the table as a direct result of his blessings, has put his family on and brought his people with him. Now, however, at the age of 35, he's in a place where he's exhausted a lot of his finances and his resources in order to fight the charges he's up against, but he hasn't succeeded. Depending on how his case actually goes, Casanova may never see the light of day again. That's why he's desperately begging for help, looking for a way out of this bad situation that he's in. I'm not sure if everybody knows this, but a lot of rappers go broke trying to fight these cases. That lawyer and bond money is no joke. I mean, we're talking expenses that are in the millions. Now, if you don't have a constant stream of money coming in while you're trying to fight those cases, well, that's how you go broke. I'm personally not too invested in Casanova's story, mainly because I wouldn't consider myself a fan of his music. With that being said, I still wanted to cover it because there are some lessons to be learned from it. The most obvious one being, don't put yourself in a position where you even risk your freedom being taken away, especially when you actually have, shit to lose like Casanova. It goes without saying, but innocent until proven guilty on Casanova's part. But yeah, this rapper is begging for his freedom. That rapper being Casanova. Any thoughts on this? Shout out to my boy Hello Yassine who made a video on this a couple weeks ago. This video was actually inspired by his, so I'm gonna leave a link to his in the description below. With that being said, any thoughts on it? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and let's have a discussion about this.